Eric Trump is sharing an image of his dad, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, trolling Canada again. And this time the message is not just for Canada. There are other countries being targeted too. Let's bring in the CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick, who is tracking this story for us today in Washington. Megan, let's talk about that social media post.
Yeah, I mean, it's a photoshopped image showing President-elect Donald Trump shopping on Amazon, and it's showing that in his shopping cart, he has Canada and the Panama Canal and Greenland. So suggesting that he is ready to buy up those countries. Now, it doesn't list any prices for these countries. Obviously, again, a meme type social media post shared by the president-elect's son. But this image kind of does summarize some of the trolling, if you will, or the threats that Donald Trump has been making in recent days and weeks related to three different countries. Canadians have probably heard about the tariff threat that Trump has made, threatening to impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico. And he has been referring to Canada as the 51st state in some of his social media posts, saying he thinks that would be a great idea for Canada to become the 51st state. We know Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Trump recently had dinner in Florida. And following that dinner, President-elect Trump started referring to Trudeau as Governor Trudeau of the great state of Canada. So he's been making these kinds of comments about our country, but in recent days, taking aim freshly at Panama, specifically at the Panama Canal. And over the weekend in social media posts and at a speech that he gave, Trump was talking about how he thinks the fees that are charged to U.S. ships to traverse the canal are, quote, ridiculous, and that the U.S. is getting ripped off. And he's saying that that will stop immediately once he takes office on January 20th. Now, the U.S. did build the Panama Canal, but it relinquished control of it years ago. The U.S. does not control the canal, yet Trump has been referring to it as a national asset, as an American asset that he says is vital to the American economy and national security. Now, in his social media post, Trump has said that the leaders of Panama should guide themselves accordingly. Well, the leaders of Panama have been reacting to this threat that Trump has been making and the comments he's been making. Take a listen to what the president of Panama had to say in response.
So, all those speculations and all that range of eventualities that are not going to happen, well, I leave them there as totally irrelevant issues and quite bordering on historical incoherence with what the Panama Canal has been, is, and will be.
So Molino there kind of brushing off what he's hearing from Trump. He has also said that that every square meter of the canal belongs to Panama and it will continue to belong to Panama, that the country's sovereignty and independence are not negotiable. Trump then responded to those comments saying, we'll see. So that's a bit of a back and forth that the U.S. president-elect has gotten into with the president of Panama in recent days.
Let's go back to Greenland, though, Megan, because we know that during Trump's first presidency, he did talk about wanting to control Greenland. So what is he saying now?
Yeah, back in 2019, Trump expressed an interest in buying the largest island in the world. But he did say back then it wasn't a top priority. Now, Greenland does belong to Denmark. And on Sunday, when Trump announced his pick for U.S. ambassador to Denmark, he also made this comment. Take a look at what he wrote. He said, for purposes of national security and freedom throughout the world, the United States of America feels that the ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity. So that might suggest this might be more of a priority for Trump in this second presidency, that he does have his eye on Greenland and might, in fact, pursue trying to purchase it. But that's not going over very well with the Prime Minister of Greenland, who responded, Greenland is ours. We are not for sale and will never be for sale. We must not lose our long struggle for freedom. The Prime Minister of Denmark also responding to this in a slightly more diplomatic way, saying that Denmark is looking forward to welcoming the new American ambassador and the government is looking forward to working with the new administration. The statement also said, in a complex security political situation as the one we're currently experiencing, transatlantic cooperation is crucial. That statement noted that Greenland is not for sale, but it is open for cooperation. So that's a little bit of what we've been hearing. But again, that social media post reviving some of these comments that Trump has been making that certainly is causing a lot of reaction, not just in Canada. We've heard reaction from leaders in Canada to what Trump has been saying about our country becoming a 51st state. But also now this is prompting reaction from Greenland and Panama as well.
All right. Thanks so much for this, Megan. That's the CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick in Washington.